Graduating students, family, and friends, I am honored to welcome you to the University of Oregon School of Law's commencement celebration for the JD and LLM classes of 2021. We are here to recognize and to celebrate the achievement of this year's graduating classes. Those who have completed the Master of Laws, or LLM, those who have completed the Juris Doctor, or the law degree, and those who are completing both their JDs and a master's degree in business administration, biology, international studies, or conflict and dispute resolution. Congratulations to all of you for this truly great achievement. Your commencement is very different than what you imagined when you set out on this course of study. These times have been reshaping our perspectives and our futures in ways that we cannot yet even imagine. The pandemic will shape our lives much in the same way that other world events, wars, and social unrest have shaped our generation and the generations before us. This commencement and much of the second half of your law career was facilitated by technology. In previous times, something like this pandemic would have made it unlikely that you could complete your studies on time. And yet, here we are, thanks in part to technology. And even though we're grateful for the technology, many experiences were lacking in your last year of study. Many of you missed out on talking with each other in the Commons, getting a cup of coffee or a slice of pizza at the Law Duck store, or shooting hoops on the law school basketball court. I hope that in spite of all the changes you've gone through and what has happened in the world around us, you still will find the many reasons to celebrate this milestone. For one, you can honestly say that you have been tested and come out on the other side victorious. You have met these tests with the resolve and the positive attitude for which the Oregon law community is known. I am so very proud of each and every one of you. This is also truly a time to celebrate and appreciate the support from family and friends. We know we can only achieve greatness with the help of others. And then it's also time to continue your quest because the journey doesn't end here. I'm not sure we know exactly where the finish line is, but we do know that most of you will be taking a bar exam, passing that exam on the first try, and on your way to becoming a lawyer. Stay focused, stay strong. We need more lawyers and people with legal training. This world is growing in complexity, and the challenges and opportunities that are ahead, well, you're very much prepared to handle them for yourself and for others. Oregon Law's goal was to help you find your voice and then learn how to use that voice to advocate for justice, for your client, for your cause. From here, you now have the skills and knowledge to drive change and chart your own path to success, however you define it. That is truly something to celebrate. One of the keys to our success lies in the ability to respond to difficulty in productive ways. We all experience something we'd rather not, and difficult times, you're no stranger to that. Law school is an experience that's demanding for even the most academically and gifted students. Now add to that a global pandemic, and you have spiked the level of difficulty off the charts. Your strength and resiliency during this challenging time is worthy of celebration. To be sure, the future looks brighter with you at the helm, and the law school faculty and staff look forward to the positive change you will make in the world. So again, congratulations, class of 2021. It's time to celebrate. Now to turn to celebrating a few other people who have touched your lives in the Oregon law community. First, I will present the Orlando John Hollis Outstanding Faculty Teaching Award. This award was established by a gift from Wallace and Ellen Kapke in honor of former Dean Hollis. It is awarded annually to the law school's outstanding teacher to reward excellence in the classroom. This year's award goes to Professor Liz Frost. Nominating students said that Professor Frost is both helpful and demanding, and that her teaching has helped them make massive improvements in their writing. One student said, "I learned more about the mechanics of writing in my first semester of law school with Professor Frost than I learned in 4 years of undergrad." Moreover, Professor Frost's lessons resonate with students and stand the test of time. One student highlighted Professor Frost's sincere, caring approach by sharing this memory. At orientation, she told us that you can be both a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time, and I believe her. Thank you and congratulations, Professor Frost, for helping our students be both masterpieces and works in progress. I am now honored to announce the Meritorious Service Award winners. This award is the highest given by the law school, and it is given each year to persons who make extraordinary contributions to legal education and the legal profession. This year, we have 2 award winners. Our first award is a posthumous honor for Lauren Charles, JD class of 2011. As a student, Lauren was an active leader in Oregon law, serving as a minority outreach assistant for admissions and as the 2010 co-director of the Public Interest Environmental Law Conference, known as PILC. After graduation, Lauren was an assistant director of JD admissions here at the law school. And even after leaving her position in admissions in 2014, Lauren continued to be a supportive friend of Oregon law. She volunteered for alumni and development events and recruitment events for admissions, and even recently spoke to our students as part of a career development program. Lauren was a caring and dedicated alum and friend who will be missed greatly. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with Lauren's friends and family as we celebrate her life. Our second award winner is Professor Ebe Gassama for his exemplary service to the law school and to legal education. Colleagues describe his wise counsel, his steady and calming influence, and his ability to disagree with respect. Professor Gassama has served in many critical capacities, including the Personnel Committee and the Dean Search Committee, and as Associate Dean. Moreover, his influence with students is legendary, as he cares deeply about our students as individuals, as thinkers, and as professionals. He pushes them to interrogate their assumptions and to not be complacent about doing good in the world. Congratulations, Professor Gassama. Our next speaker is Haley Porter, the 2021 Student Bar Association President.
Good afternoon, and thank you for being here with us to celebrate the end of an era. I'm happy to say that today, together, we have triumphed over a tumultuous 3 years. My name is Haley Porter, and I've served my peers as president of the Student Bar Association throughout our last year of law school. While our degree only has one name on it, we know that success in any endeavor, including law school, takes a village. It takes a steady group of dedicated friends to untangle the cases we read to come through with a coherent concept. It takes a community of dedicated faculty willing to go the extra mile and adapt to feedback throughout the semester. And it takes the love and support of our family members, chosen and bled, to keep us in line and remind us of who we are when we wanted to walk away. These 3 years have been full of growing pains. We adjusted to a new learning curve, struggled to find our place, and miraculously found the wherewithal to carry on after every hurdle. Our second and last years of law school were overshadowed by disaster. Whether it be COVID-19 or wildfires, we took on profound problems as students to empower each other to become better people in unprecedented times. Today, we celebrate our accomplishments. We celebrate our resilience, and most of all, we celebrate each other. We brought light to the bleakest of times. We ate together, we drank together, and plenty of us skied together. Before our world changed, we went on raft trips and enjoyed a glimmer of beauty that Oregon has to offer, and we will celebrate together again soon. We excelled without apology and raised the bar for future Oregon law students. For better or worse, the class of 2021 will be unforgettable. As a class, we are passionate, dedicated, and tenacious, though our parents may know these traits as obsessive, compulsive, and a bit annoying. We've said before that Oregon law makes great people, not just great lawyers, and despite our quirks, the class of 2021 embodies that. Our peers turn toward problems rather than away from them, and we don't shy away from the work our solutions need. It's all just water off a duck's back. I'm grateful to know you, and I'm honored that you trusted me to advocate for you this year. I'm sure life has many wrinkles left for us to unfurl, but I am proud of us for making it through these 3 years. Congratulations, class of 2021. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Greetings. I would like to begin by acknowledging the unsung heroes of this moment, our family, friends, mentors, supervisors, and coworkers, the dean, faculty, administrators, and staff of the amazing University of Oregon School of Law. I want to acknowledge those who held our hearts, our dreams, our tears, our hopes, and our fears. You sheltered us during times of trial, disappointment, and pain. You encouraged us, loved us, held us down while reminding us to hang in there, keep going, don't give up, because we were destined for this moment and our lives were worth the living. Because of you, we made it. To the class of 2021, my ride or die, bae, my peeps, my friends, and my fam, thank you for entrusting me with the privilege and the magic of this moment. As Martin Luther King Jr.'s youngest daughter, Bernice, sat at her dying mother's bedside, she quietly pondered the magnitude of a moment. The magnitude of a moment. Let's take a look back. Room 175, our first week of orientation, checking out the competition, trying to look cool while not getting lost in the building. Green section, yellow section, joining student groups, chilling in the commons, unloading in the locker room, taking our first midterms, finals, and grades, second semester do-over, externships, and summer school. And how can we forget the countless makeups and breakups along the way? Because, hey, it's law school. As 2Ls, we settled into our routine. Everyone said it would get better, but we now know that depends on your definition of better. Besides, who is everyone anyway? We learned how to manage the workload instead of the workload managing us. We learned who had our back and, well, who didn't. Things seemed to be going okay until the shared suffering, racial tension, political unrest, and justice for some seeped across this country. As 3Ls, we grappled with the unrelenting loss and isolation of learning, gathering, testing, interviewing, and living from a distance. The magnitude of a moment, historic, insignificant, tragic, truthful, tender, teachable, defining, a moment. One blink of sunshine, rain, laughter, grief, joy, a moment. As we cross this milestone together, classmates, friends, family, mentors, U of O, I ask of you, what's in your moment? You see, as we leave here today and soon enter what is still one of the most noble professions in the land, we will be entrusted with moments of power and privilege. We will be entrusted with a power and a privilege to see, to shape, to save, to speak, and to stand for truth, righteousness, and peace. What's in your moment? We will be called to use our power and our privilege to help others, some of whom look just like me. And they will beckon you to be seen, to be heard, to experience the worthiness, the dignity, and the belonging that has been solely yours, all in the name of justice. What's in your moment? The magnitude of this moment not only compels our service, but our love, our justice, and our mercy. What's in your moment? We are now compelled to rise to a collective consciousness that we are all part of something so much greater than ourselves. And when our time comes, and it will, let us not squander, forsake, reject, or deny the power and the privilege that is now invested in each of us. Class of 2021, we were born for such a time as this. This is the magnitude of our moment. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Anne-Marie Burke and I'm one of the 3L Student Bar Association representatives and have been proud to represent you. Congratulations to the class of 2021. We made it. Our class has shown an incredible thirst for learning the law and learning how to be lawyers. We want our class gift to make a splash. Law school was a sink or swim experience for me, and fortunately, I know how to swim. Thank you to my parents, sister, and friends for keeping me afloat.
I'm JJ, your other 3L class rep. There's no way around it. Getting through law school is a team effort. I have to thank my family, friends, and classmates for being great teammates. Anne-Marie and I are thankful to be part of such an outstanding class. We think our class is an incredibly diverse group. We each have unique goals and hopes and dreams, and we have a lot in common. For each of us, sometimes law school felt like swimming upstream. Other times, it felt like bracing for a Class 4 rapid. And maybe, occasionally, on those sunny spring Fridays, it felt like floating on a lazy river.
Maybe some of you can relate to JJ's analogy of floating on a lazy river, but to me, I often felt like I was drowning and needed a life preserver. Although law school was not smooth sailing, we learned how to advocate for our clients, our classmates, and ourselves. There are certain fundamental rights to which all people are entitled to, and our class is about to dive into the world to fight for those rights. Our class gift ensures that future law students have access to a basic human right, access to water.
So with that said, we are pleased to announce that the class of 2021 will install a new touchless drinking fountain in the law school. In Eugene, the Mackenzie River brings us crystal clear drinking water, so it's only right that we drink up. This gift will help future classes stay hydrated, allowing them to perform at their best, both physically and mentally. Our gift will also promote the use of reusable water bottles and efficient water use. This past year has made us more conscious of how diseases spread and the number of surfaces we touch on a daily basis. So we're happy that our gift will also promote good health and sanitation.
This gift is something we can all celebrate. Let's raise a glass of water. Cheers!
Congratulations, graduates of the University of Oregon School of Law. Hooray for you! You did it. And you did it during a pandemic. You had to adapt in ways you never could have anticipated when you came into your first year. But somehow, here you are at the end of your third. Well done. Whatever other worries you have today, please put them aside and celebrate. Yours is no small achievement, and I'm very, very proud of each of you. As your commencement speaker, I want to pay attention, as law school has taught you, to the particular word that is chosen for this celebration: commencement. When we celebrate commencement, we celebrate not only the completion of something remarkable, we also celebrate the beginning, the commencement of something equally exciting. And it is the wonders that lie ahead that I want to describe for you today. The legal profession for which you are now prepared holds so much more than you could pack into a suitcase. You will get a job, you will make a living, a good one, but there will be so much more. One of the great things will be the people you will represent and learn from. No matter what kind of law you practice, you will represent people. You'll meet them at critical junctures in their lives or when they are making critical decisions. And you will learn their fear, pain, determination, selfishness, generosity, talent, creativity, and resilience, and better understand your own. During the over 40 years that I've been a lawyer, I have learned what it takes to be an emergency room doctor, a dancer, a softball coach, a timber mill worker, a Black administrator at a white university, a motel room cleaner, a builder of motor coaches, a golfer with a disability, a city recorder, a highway flagger, a police officer, a rabbi. These people have taught me so much, including what we can do, who we can be, if we are not afraid. There is no better lesson. Regardless of whether you represent people from all walks of life as I did, you will represent people with the whole range of human strengths and weaknesses, and they will help you situate yourself in the gamut of humanity that Stephen Glenn Walters describes in his poem, The Shy, the Delightful. Always to claim the sign for yourself? How selfish. Never to see the world gesturing toward you? How dull. You will learn much about the individuality of the human spirit and our common failings, and you will also be exposed to the ideas that propel us as a society. You will have a chance to think expansively about the universe, and particularly about the legal system of which you are a part and how to change it for the better. Just as the pandemic forced you to think differently about what it means to go to law school, the pandemic forced those of us in the judicial system to think differently about what it means to go to court. During the pandemic, we have not been able to conduct all judicial proceedings in person. In many instances, we have had to rely on video and audio technology. That has been good. The pandemic was not the crisis we wanted, but it was a crisis we needed to learn how to use tools that we would not otherwise have mastered. Other crises we face, including reckoning with racial injustice, are also requiring change. Your insights will be very helpful, and in fact, you may be surprised at the influence you will have. As new lawyers, you will have tremendous influence when you make suggestions about what is necessary to ensure that the judicial system lives up to its ideals. And you also will have influence when you speak to your families and friends, and even to people you do not know as well. Many people will listen to you just because you are a lawyer. And they will listen to your views on issues far afield from the law you have studied. Last weekend, I officiated at a wedding and pontificated about what makes a strong marriage. I have some experience with marriage, but I was asked to officiate because I'm a judge, and love is far beyond judicial expertise. Being a lawyer gives you stature and influence, but your new role also carries a serious responsibility. What you say and how you act will reflect on the profession as a whole, and even, if you think about it, on our system of justice as a whole. Since I've been Chief Justice, I have learned how fragile that system is. I've come to really understand that it was not enough for the framers to adopt constitutional principles, and it is not enough for legislators to pass statutes to implement them. Our system of justice will only work as envisioned if people have trust and confidence in those laws and act in accordance with them. And for people to have that trust and confidence, they must see the law and the lawyers who apply and enforce it as fair and equitable. Your responsibility is to do more than determine what the elements of a claim are and whether they are met, or what a contract needs to contain, its necessary terms. Your responsibility is to ensure that the claims you make and the contracts you write are truly just, and that you act and speak to strengthen our system of justice so that that system, as fragile as it is, will endure. Your hard work has given you that opportunity, and that is great good fortune. Justin Dart, one of the parents of the Americans with Disabilities Act, said as he looked up at the night sky, "We are all a part of the vastness of the cosmos, an infinitesimal part, but a part nonetheless. And we are responsible for that part, to be a part. I'm proud of you, and I look forward to the part you will play as together we bend that long arc of the moral universe toward justice. Onward."
Good afternoon. I'm delighted to be part of such an important occasion as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating JD, LLM, and concurrent degree students. It's an exciting day because it marks the beginning of the next chapter of your lives. And to our graduates, on behalf of the University of Oregon, I wish you success and look forward to learning of your accomplishments in the coming years. You are remarkable, not just in pursuing such a challenging and prestigious course of study, but persisting through our global challenges over the last few years. We truly admire your dedication and fortitude. You're terrific representatives of the whole U of O community, and we could not be more proud of you. Now for the important declaration that makes it all official. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Oregon, and upon recommendation of the Dean and the faculty of the School of Law, I hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified. Congratulations to each of you. I wish you all the best.
Anthony Adams.
Thank you to my Uncle Phil, really our Uncle Phil, right? That's my 90, baby. Let's go.
Joshua Richard Alexander.
Thomas Aldridge.
Cynthia Ife Amadioha. Jack Warren Anderson.
Noah Ashman.
Bailey Michelle Bonner.
Alexa J. Bailey.
Cyril Claire Baldovino.
Emily Jane Barron.
Megan Joanna Breen.
I just want to thank my parents and my siblings and Maddie and also all of these people on this great board for getting me through law school. Thanks so much.
Joseph Bresler.
Joshua Britton.
Logan Brooks.
Courtney Noel Brown.
Anne Marie Burke.
Ashton Jin Burrows.
Just kidding, you don't have to do that.
No, you'll break the zipper.
That's good.
Okay, there we
Thanks,
go.
Tyler.
Jessica Butt.
Rachel Ann Karate.
Justin Anthony Carpenter.
Shanley Nicole Chandler.
Mackenzie Christie.
Rochelle Diana Collins.
Stephen Eugene Cooper.
Jenna Elizabeth Cotter.
Jordan Elizabeth Cooey.
Cody Coughlin.
Emily Caroline Cunningham.
Gabriel Cutter.
Eric Dennis.
Matthew Nelson DePaulus.
Alexandria Dion.
Joel Drew.
John Francisco Durney.
Morgan Early.
Tyler Eddington.
Matthew Javier Estrada.
Colin Farnsworth.
Matthew Philpy.
Sean Wilson Kelty Foster.
Matthew Reed Fouts.
Taylor Gersh.
Mom, Dad, Kylie, Grandma, Enzo, and Rudy. I love you all so much. What I've been able to accomplish would not have been possible without you. Go Ducks!
Isaac Reed Gibson.
Kara Greenaway.
Zachary Gerald Griffith. Megan Gross.
Juliana Hairston.
Tyler Jordan Hansen.
Ethan Hazel.
Sydney Zuong Holmes.
R. Davis Hunt.
Alex Huntley Romanow.
Lindsay Rose Hutchison.
Jeffrey Ivaska.
Anna Rose Johnson.
Bradley Douglas Johnson.
Shawani Johnson.
Crystal Jones.
I'd like to thank my mom and all who invested in me. This is the magnitude of a moment. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Sarah Elizabeth Jones.
JJ Jelfs.
Mackenzie Lane Kaiser.
Ryan William Kay.
Taylor Kinch.
Amanda Mackenzie Christick.
Krista Lamia.
Jacob Henry Landsberg.
Mackenzie Elise Lang.
Cecilia Lee.
Gina Lee.
Shane Lachlan Lesher.
Justin Robert Lesty.
Madeline Hope Lorang.
Garrett Lowry.
Hannah Rector Lukes.
Christopher Austin Lund.
Jeffrey Carter McNeely.
Malcolm Starr McWilliamson.
Jack Trevor Manis.
Thomas Matai.
Elizabeth Matson.
Margaret Rose McAdams.
Eugene Earl McCarthy.
Shannon Yiyin McConnell.
Ryan McDermott.
Melissa Christina McDonough.
Robert Mellinger.
Zachary Metzger.
Noah William Michael.
Catherine Ligaya Conley Mina Ploss.
Catherine Mitten.
Luke Moore.
Noah Andrew Montgomery.
Andrea Moore.
Jessica Faith Moore.
Congrats to all of the 2020 grads. We did it.
Charles Dennis Morris.
Victoria Wynn.
Brian O'Connell.
Go Ducks.
Jasmine Alicia Ortiz.
Sarah Osborne.
Christy Rodriguez.
Killing all these rappers, you would swear I had a hit list. Everyone who doubted me is asking for forgiveness. If you ain't been a part of it, at least you got to witness.
Reese Anthony Petrick.
Rebecca File.
Ronald Ernesto Pineda. Haley Porter.
Claire Lynn Regenstreif.
Hello, thank you to my parents, my sister, my partner, and my friends, and of course my best man, Julian.
Jake Wilson Reimer.
Allison Lillianne Rude.
Kyle Sample.
Katrina Elizabeth Sayer.
Ray Lynn Shore.
Ryan Singh Kundi.
Marika Elaine Sitz.
Natalie Smith.
Timothy William Smith.
Caleb Stats.
Dakota Steele.
Aaron Stout.
Emily May Stahl.
Hillary Therian.
Marshall Thomas.
Kirsten Tilton.
Garrett Urrutia.
Sierra Francis Wechter.
Clayton Wegman Rowley.
Taryn Weingart.
J. Stewart Wynn.
Divine Lynn Zhang.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Jen Reynolds, and I am one of your faculty marshals. As faculty marshal, I am supposed to deliver a charge. Allow me to start this charge with a quick story. When I was in high school, I had a cross-country coach named Mr. Nesbitt. Mr. Nesbitt was a mild-mannered, bespectacled history teacher. He'd been the cross-country coach for years, though he wasn't himself a runner. He was the kind of coach who'd sit in his car, drinking coffee out of a thermos and reading a magazine while we did our workouts. It was my junior year. We were a couple months into the season and we were getting ready for the big regional meet. The day before the meet, all of us, the boys and the girls teams, were sitting on mats in the wrestling area. Mr. Nesbitt told us to close our eyes and visualize the race. Imagine ourselves surging at the start, maintaining good pace throughout, speeding up around the turns, and then finishing strong. We opened our eyes. For some reason, Mr. Nesbitt looked right at me and said, "What place do you want to finish?" I thought about it for a moment. It was going to be a big race, maybe 200 runners, and there would be medals for the first 30 finishers. I wasn't an amazing runner, but I was respectable enough. I decided to aim for a medal, but not get too cocky, so I said, 29. Mr. Nesbitt was quiet for a moment. Then he took off his glasses, and he threw them to the ground so hard they broke. "No!" he shouted. "You're supposed to say you want to finish first." All of us were aghast. This was not the easygoing coach we were used to. Mr. Nesbitt picked up the pieces of his glasses, mumbled a few more instructions, and then left the room. Afterward, my teammates were like, "What was that about?" I was a little shaken, but everybody seemed cheerful and unconcerned, so I forgot about it pretty quickly. The next day was clear and cold. The race started in a large field with teams from all over the region gathered next to one another behind a long white line drawn in the grass. After the starting horn, everyone ran through the field and funneled onto the course. I don't remember much about that race, but I do remember crossing the finish line and being handed a medal as I walked through the chute. I turned the medal over, and what do you know? I'd finished in 29th place. I offer this story because now that you are entering the next stage of your career, I want you to think seriously about who you are and what you can do. Our beliefs about ourselves, what we believe we deserve, what we believe we are good at, and what we believe we are capable of doing, all these beliefs have an impact on what happens. If we assume we can't do something, we probably won't. Now, this doesn't mean that we can just think ourselves into success and happiness. Even when we work hard and do all the right things, we might not get everything we strive for. The outside world is tough, and the inside world can be difficult too. Our awareness of the outside world and all its challenges, and the inside world and all our burdens, can lead us to set modest goals, to keep our expectations low, to see ourselves as just lucky to have a job. We may think of this as being realistic. But here's the thing. If we don't believe in our own ability to do amazing things, if we stop ourselves from dreaming big, if we talk ourselves out of taking chances, then we may be shortchanging ourselves, needlessly so. Back to the story for a moment. We all know that even if I had said with conviction that I was going to finish in first place, that doesn't mean I would. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have. But it's very possible that if I would have gone into the race with the serious intention of finishing first, I would have finished higher than 29th. Today you graduate and join the legal profession. It is time to start visualizing the race. Why not be bold about your goals for your career? Why not generously overestimate your own ability to make a tremendous positive difference in everything you do? Why not be audacious in your faith in yourself and in your classmates? There is so much that needs fixing in the law and everywhere. You have the knowledge, the skills, the strengths, and the training to take on these challenges. You are an amazing person in an amazing group of people. We could not be prouder of you, and we stand beside you as you set your sights on the future. And remember, when you're setting those sights, tilt your chin upward and aim high. Don't make me break my glasses. Thank you and good luck.